Good morning, my friends. It is Wednesday, 9:30 in Queensland at least. We've left it at the Queensland time. I hope it hasn't confused you all too much. We are going to go and talk about essential oil wisdom. We're going to talk about some of the physical aspects, the emotional, mental aspects of the oils, the spiritual aspects, and of course, I'm here to do some card readings for you as well. So let me see who is going to join. Good morning, Nikki. So good to have you on. That is awesome. Let me just check. I'm trying to be super clever today. I'm going to run the Facebook and this all at the same time, which is going to probably be disastrous. But anyway, we're going to have a go. We're going to have a go. Why ever not? So how has your morning been, Nikki? How is it going for you? You would like a card. Okay, fantastic. I'm organized. I have a piece of paper. We can write this down. We can do this, right? So obviously you can see that Leonie is still on break, which is fantastic, more than deserved the break. So I am here standing in. So Nikki, you would like a card reading. We can do that for sure. Absolutely. You are waiting for the plumber. Oh my goodness me. I hope that everything is okay. Hi, Jenny from London. So good to have you here. Absolutely awesome. You must be just about ready to go to bed. Aren't you just about? Let me just check my clever calendar. Oh my goodness, you should already be in bed. Wow, amazing. Fantastic. Sandy, a card for you. I'm going to try and get as many card readings today as we possibly can because, you know, that's the fun part. Totally. Absolutely amazing. So the theme for today is going to be a sense of peace. And I was lying in bed last night, was thinking, oh, what can I talk about? And I thought, I think one of the things that we all struggle with right now is finding some peace. I have no idea what was going on with the universe over the last week. I don't understand much when it comes to stars. So if someone has got some insight, please put that down into our little chat because I would really appreciate some help, some input. But I've just felt so totally as though someone pulled the rug out from under my feet, which was really kind of bizarre. So a bit in free fall and just kind of, you know, holding on. It was just really, really awkward and really bizarre. So yeah, if someone's got some ideas, that would be awesome. Sue, you would like a card as well. Fantastic. Hi, Kim from WA. It's very early morning for you. Beautiful. Let's see. Jenny, totally, you can have a card. Janet, oh my goodness me, we're going to be doing lots of this. Awesome. Yeah, Nikki, next time I'll text you. I think that'll be the best thing to do, won't it? Absolutely. Hi, Matt. We're going to put you down as well. Awesome, awesome. And as you know, the cards are what the cards are. You know, we don't control that. I don't control that. We're just going to make the cards relevant. And we're going to talk about how we can bring the essential oils in. And as I said, the theme today, peace. You know, a sense of peace, sense of calm. And I was trying to figure out why I was feeling this way. So as I said, I've got no idea. But I was really looking at, well, what is it? And it was, I guess, things that I can't control. There are things in the environment at the moment, as we well know, the current situation that we all find ourselves in, and it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You know, some people are more affected than others. And I guess we've been really blessed here in Queensland. We are not going through this in any great depth. I have a son who lives in Melbourne who is right in curfew country, and you know, I know what he's going through. So it is, you know, it is how we can't control that environment. And so whatever was going on, I couldn't control it, but it was really unsettling me and certainly not producing some sort of, you know, inner calm at all. Hi, Beck. Welcome. Good to see you here for the first time as well. That is awesome. Thank you so much for joining. So hi from Sydney. Now, I have no idea. Is it Rushita? I hope I pronounced that right. Okay. Having an odd name myself. Well, I'm not saying your name is odd, but a different name, right? I want to make sure that I can pronounce it correct. So anyway, coming back to peace. So what I figure is that we can look at some of the oils that we could use to give us some peace. And let me just delve right in, because doTERRA's been super clever. It's actually created a blend called peace. So I love their blend names because, you know, there they are. They just spell it out nice and easy. So peace is a mixture of, let me just get this here, of vetiver, of lavender, ylang-ylang, frankincense, clary sage, marjoram, labdanum, and spearmint. So labdanum I really don't know a great deal about because it's not a single oil that we have. Rushita. Okay, I've got that. Thank you so much, Dal. Hi, Diana. Good to have you on. Peace is very much needed today. Absolutely. Hi, Julie. Awesome. So, peace is the oil of, or the blend for reassurance. And this blend was formulated to assist individuals who lack an inner peace. People thrive when they feel connected to the divine. And it talks really about having that connection. And when we feel we don't have that connection, we feel really unsettled. And I guess when I look at that, I sort of think, okay, you know, there are some questions that I'm sort of asking. But it's all about, without having true peace, there is a human tendency to try to manufacture peace by controlling one's environment and relationships. So, yeah, you know, maybe that's what we're kind of going through right now, isn't it? So peace invites individuals to connect to the true source of unending peace and let go of control and excess attachments in order to experience the incredible peace that flows from the divine. So who wants more peace? Put your comment down. Absolutely. Oh, goodness, that's no good. Julie, I'll put you down for a card reading for sure, Dal. Absolutely. So, okay, Nikki, it is probably very, very strong. So maybe dilute it more. The skin on our chest can be quite thin as well. Maybe try it on the soles of the feet. And so when we're talking about applying oils, and I think probably most of you are using oils, kind of, that's why you're here, right? There's obviously 3 methods that we can use. So the first method is to simply open the bottle and stick it under our nose and inhale. So that's aroma therapy. Okay, we can put it in a diffuser, we can put oils into our hands and you know, just rub our hands together, cup it over our nose. That's our personal diffuser. So that's number 1. The second way is to apply the oils topically, and there we need to be mindful that we're dealing with concentrated, highly potent, pristine, non-adulterated, fabulous oils. Okay, and so we need to treat them with a great deal of respect. So Nikki, I don't know whether you were using the roller bottle or whether she was using the pure oil. The roller bottles are in a touch format, and usually says that just above here it says touch, and that means that the essential oil blend has been pre-diluted in a carrier oil. So generally speaking, it's safe enough for you to apply straight away onto your body. If she was using the little 5 ml, that was just pure oil, okay? And so we really need to be diluting that. It's not diluting the efficacy. All a carrier oil ever does is encapsulate, if in a way, it's not really encapsulated, wraps itself around the essential oil. That's how I visualize it, right? The carrier oil wraps itself around the essential oil and then safely brings it through the skin in a slow manner that then avoids any irritation. When we're using pure oils, they can just go straight through the skin really quickly. And the more quickly they do that, the higher the tendency for them to cause some sort of irritation. So we want to avoid that. All right, so always dilute, dilute. Absolutely. So, Matt, you need some more peace yourself. Absolutely. Fiona, good to have you back again, gorgeous. Absolutely lovely to see you. All right, let me start. She used the touch roller. Maybe there was some aspect in that, and we can never rule out that something will cause irritation. So marjoram is quite strong in that, so that might have perhaps contributed. All the other oils are pretty safe. Spearmint, perhaps, maybe if she tries each of those individually, just in a little spot. So when you do a skin test, I like to keep it simple. So I just like to put the oil onto the inside of the arm here. The skin is there really quite thin and quite sensitive. You just put a little bit on and then just wait and see what happens. And sometimes I would suggest, if you have got any disease process going on, wait even for a couple of days before you come to a judgment, because some oils may take a little bit of extra time to kind of give you the notion that perhaps it's not appropriate for you. All right, so let me do some cards. Nikki, you were on first, gorgeous. So let's do some. And I'm using these fabulous cards again that I used the last time. I really love them. Fueledwithjoy.com. And I see that Quinn has produced another set of cards, which is Fueled with Joy for Motherhood, something along those lines. So if you're expecting, or if you have a friend who is expecting, perhaps consider it a beautiful gift to give someone, for birthday, or, that fat man's arriving at the end of the year. So, something for Christmas. All right, Nikki. Are you asking your question just silently? And I'll pick the card for you, gorgeous. All right, so let's see what we've got for you. Okay, are you ready? We've got, I live true to my priorities. I live true to my priorities, Nikki. There you go. Maybe there is a tug of war going on. Maybe there are a lot of things going on and they need to be prioritized in order for you to achieve them, or there are some things that you kind of push down because you don't want to maybe deal with them. Maybe they need to be elevated. So let's see what the card says. Clarity and simplicity are the keys to being fully present for what matters most. Clarity, here we go. Most of our priorities don't happen because we aren't crystal clear on what our top intention is. Lack of clarity leads to an open invitation for distraction and discouragement, while clarity invites momentum and enthusiasm. So maybe sit down and work out, what do you really want, okay? And then elevate that to higher on your priority list. And then keeping it simple, outline your top 1 to 3 priorities. So this gives you the steps, okay? Outline your top 1 to 3 priorities and stay loyal to those important goals. Experience balance by choosing your clear intention in these 3 categories: your health and wholeness, your key relationships or family, and your business. Okay. So guess what oils you need? Clarisage and Focus Blend. So Clarisage is obviously that oil of clarity, helping you to kind of see and look and get some vision and perspective on what you want. So maybe, Nikki, this year has perhaps unsettled you. Maybe things haven't quite worked out the way that you thought they would pan out. Maybe it's time to reevaluate, where you're at, and take a step forward then into that. So being very clear, and to help you with that is our Focus Blend, our In Tune blend, which has got some amazing beautiful oils that will help you to really focus and set your intention. And it's an oil really that I actually called out to a little bit more over the last week, because I really felt so scatterbrained, and I still had some things to do, obviously. So this helped me to kind of stay on task. So maybe that helped. I hope that helped. So some Clarisage and some Focus Blend. So Clarisage is a beautiful oil also to help us get to sleep. It's just beautifully calming. You could take a drop under your tongue. Always have Clarisage well away from alcohol, because otherwise it's going to cause some sort of hallucinogenic effect. You know, that's not something that we would encourage. So a drop under your tongue could be really nice, or you could just rub that onto the soles of your feet as well to help you with some sleep. In the diffuser, it's really nice. I love it with some, I actually have it in my diffuser today, with some Litsi. Okay, and Litsi is the oil of manifestation. So maybe have that. What else have I got in here? Because I'm sort of feeling a bit scatterbrained, so I needed some oomphy stuff. I put some blue tansy in there. That's for inspired action. And what else did I put? And some ginger, oil of empowerment. So now you know what I've got. I don't know which way to point. It's backwards. There we go. In my diffuser today, some ginger, some blue tansy, some Litsi, and some Clara sage. And I just put 2 drops of each in there. So maybe take that away, Nikki. Okay. You've been trying to declutter one room at a time, and I'm making more of a mess. When you go into your room, just focus on tidying up all the books, or all of the bed linen, or I don't know which room you're in, just one thing at a time. Don't go into the kitchen and say, I'm going to tidy the whole kitchen. Maybe just do the pantry, then do the fridge, then start with some cupboards, okay? One thing at a time, because otherwise, yeah, it's crazy, okay? And I tell you the reason I know these things is because I had a son who could, for the life of me, not tidy up his room. And he used to get really frazzled and really agitated. So I would tell him, okay, honey, go and clean up your books and then come back and tell me when you've done those. And he would come back and say, okay, now do your Legos. And he would tap the Legos and so forth, you know, just giving him step by step. So hope you found that helpful. Awesome, awesome. All right. So I want to talk about some of the oils that are in peace, right? So we've got vetiver. So vetiver is the oil of centering. Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place here with my book this morning. And if you haven't used this book before, I love it, love it, love it, because I can't keep all these things in my head. And when you know where to look, or if you're sharing oils, if you know where to send people, it's so much easier, right? I don't need to keep everything in my head. So this is the Emotions and Essential Oils book. And vetiver is the oil of centering and descent. So it allows you to be really rooted in life. And I call it the concrete boots, to be perfectly honest, because I find it is just sucks me right down to Mother Earth. Use that together with some myrrh and it's just amazing. Very earthy, very, very super grounding. Vetiver is a great oil that we can use for our children who really struggle with this aspect, that are just the children that are up here that really need to be pulled down. Vetiver is beautiful. And I find vetiver so strong, and it's quite it's a dirty soil kind of an aroma, right? I prefer it on the soles of my feet. You know, I find, you know, it's a long way between my nose and my toes. So I just put it onto the soles of my feet. Hi, Anu. Thank you so much for joining in. And so vetiver really pulls you down. It just gives you beautiful, centering ability. Vetiver is not going to quit on you. It really is going to insist on you really being super, super grounded. It centers individuals in their true self and guides them downwards to the root of their emotional issues. So if there's something that you're struggling with, vetiver will help you to really dig deep. And sometimes that's what we need to do. All right. Time for another card. Okie dokie. Sandy, gorgeous girl, you are next. So let me see what we've got for you, Sandy. So just ask your question while I'm shuffling. All right, you ready? Okie dokie. Crazy. We're talking about this, right? I am rooted in love. I am rooted in love. Sandy, anchor yourself in loving experiences and make every decision from grounded love. Let go of any hurts and remember that you are rooted in love always. Discover what creates that warm feeling in your world and honor that. Being rooted means that we recognize we come from and are creating love. I think with what's been going on right now, And I don't know what's going on in your situation, Sandy, right now. I think there's been kind of two camps, hasn't there? And I think it's really important that sometimes we forget that we do need to still send love to that camp, whatever side of the fence you might find yourself in. And that whenever we come from love, we of course increase that vibration. And when we increase our vibration, we send that out and we create more vibration. And that's how we can raise the vibration in the collective, in our community. So important for creating love. So love includes loving yourself, even though and especially when sometimes we don't feel like doing that. Be gentle and give yourself and others grace often. As you are building your dream business, stay rooted in love as you prospect and sell. Or as you just meander in life, make sure that you love, that you come from that position from love all the time. So, guess what oil? We have vetiver again. Grounds individuals taking leaps of faith, requests restoration and peace when emotions are running wild. Cautions one to sit still and receive love from all that is. And you're going to put it together with rose. Okay. And I actually picked rose today for peace because we need some support. And with rose oil, best way to apply that is just right over your heart chakra. Okay. And you can always put a little bit in your hand and just use that personal diffuser to allow you to come from love, create that highest vibration. And rose oil, 320 megahertz, has got such a high vibration. It's the highest vibration. It is going to lift us all. So maybe if you've got rose oil, I don't know if you've got rose oil, then please, let's all use rose oil today. Let's make that our thing, right, today, so that we can send love and peace out to the world. Okay. Sandy, let me know how that card worked for you. I am rooted in love. Okay, gorgeous. So that would be fantastic. Hi, Kate. Thank you so much for joining us. Lovely to have you on here. So, Sandy, that was your card. I hope that gave you some insight into something. So the next oil in our peace blend is lavender oil. So lavender is the oil of communication. It allows us to speak, but allows us to speak from the heart, which is again what we need to do. We can all speak, and words and language can be such a non-peace instrument. You can really cut someone down when you're speaking and you're not speaking kindly. You're speaking from the head, you're speaking with fierceness, with unkindness, and all those kind of things. So lavender helps us to communicate from the heart. It allows us to communicate with kindness, with humbleness, with honesty, but in a way that is going to be received really well. Lavender is also good to diffuse when you perhaps have children that are non-communicative, children who don't want to share perhaps what's been going on. And I'm not just talking about when you ask them what's happened at school and it's nothing. It's really what they are feeling. And as a parent myself and as a grandmother now, it is super, super important to keep the lines of communication open. And I've worked very hard with my children on doing that. And I'm really pleased to say that we have got that level of communicating. So my children are all adults, and it is so important to have that going. And I wish I had lavender when they were younger. But anyway, we've achieved it. I mean, I've kept those channels open. But use lavender, diffuse lavender, if you feel that there is something going on and that they are perhaps incapable or perhaps don't want to communicate to you. It opens the channel for them to do it in a really super safe, manner. Lavender is very high, coming more from the physical aspect in linalool, which is a very calming and very soothing oil linalool, and it is an alcohol. It's in its highest concentration in lavender, but also in petitgrain. If you don't like lavender, use petitgrain. So lavender is calming, and when we're not experiencing inner peace, perhaps lavender would be a beautiful oil to help you calm yourself as well, especially if you are outwardly irritable, fractious, annoying to everybody around you. Then diffuse some lavender. All right, Sue, it's your turn to have your card read. So good to have you here. It's always nice to have people on and see how it goes. And as I said, we're talking about sense of peace, today. Right, Sue, I hope you're here. I hope you're on and you're asking your question as I pick your card. Okay, here we go. I celebrate my wins. I celebrate my wins. So all too often we focus on the negatives rather than honoring what we are doing and letting everything we do be fueled with joy. Celebrate your wins and grow your business in joy. Now, Sue, I don't know what you're doing, but if you're in business, and it's not actually just in business, to be honest, it is celebrating your wins. I don't know if I think we talked about this card the last time, and I may have shared it with you. I may have shared it in another call. I can't remember now. But, I'm on a little bit of a weight release journey right now. So, I celebrate every 100 grams I shed. I celebrate that. Yes, I'm on the right track here. So far, so good. 11.1 kilos down. I'm doing okay. It's all fabulous. If you want to know what I'm doing, join me in one of my classes. That is going to be happening. I think I'm going to schedule that perhaps for next Saturday, the 24th. So, just jump into my page, the Oily Tribe with Bear, if you've got it there. And I'm going to write that up later on. So lean into accomplishment energy to maximize and support your success. Speak confidently about all your wins, big and small. No need to overanalyze, just speak your awesome truth. So yeah, just don't analyze it, just really just get into it, just really just share with what you're doing. I met a new client today. That was awesome. I'm really excited about, sharing my journey with her, or whatever that might look like for you. So I don't know what you're doing, obviously. So the oils for that are myrrh. So myrrh is all about nourishing the soul. It's all about, Mother Earth, really being connected to Mother Earth and really experiencing that. And spearmint. So spearmint is that oil of, again, open communication. Fairly similar actually to lavender. So it encourages individuals to speak out and share their truths. When your soul has something to say, honor and stand in that power. Bravely speaking out. So clear sphere of speaking, of saying the wrong thing or being heard. And sometimes we feel that we're not heard. Sometimes because we don't actually vocalize what we want the other party to know. We telepathically try and send the vibe. Maybe we do everything around it in our behavior without actually necessarily vocalizing it. And so maybe use some spearmint to give you the courage to, to speak that. And yeah, it's just amazing. So myrrh and spearmint for you to fuel your joy, to celebrate all of your wins. So there you go, Sue. That is amazing. Fantastic. So let's look at the next oil that is in our peace blend, ylang ylang. So ylang ylang is that inner child. Let me just find it here in the book. It's the inner child. It's a powerful remedy for the heart. In modern day society, we honor and revere the mind over the heart, yet the heart, with its intuitive ways of receiving information, is an essential part of the soul. So ylang ylang reconnects individuals with the inner child and the pure, simple ways of the heart. It assists in assessing intuition or heart knowing. And I think when we don't have inner peace, we are feeling a little bit vulnerable, we're feeling a little bit unsure of ourselves, we just feel, okay, what is going on here? And maybe we just need to view it from a lightness perspective. So ylang-ylang is a powerful remedy for releasing emotional trauma. So again, like vetiver, it helps us to really dig deep into that emotional box of ours, into the emotional subconscious, and ylang-ylang helps to really super release that, and helps us to deal with any trauma that we might have experienced in the past. And it might be traumas in the past, maybe in your childhood, that you haven't been able to reconcile and understand, get your head around. But maybe we don't need to get our head around it. Maybe we need to get our heart around it, and to find support. So ylang-ylang is fantastic support in age regression work and other methods of emotional healing. So there we go. So that is in our peace blend. So here we go. We're looking through each of these to help us with a sense of peace today. Okay. You love lavender, Fiona. That is awesome. Okay, Kim with a Y, it is your time for a reading. Let's have a look through what we've got for you. Let's see. Hope you're asking your question, Kim. Let me know as well, Sandy and Sue, if these readings have helped, if they've given you some sort of, insight as well. So here we go, Kim, for you. Wow, there we go. I allow my gifts to shine forth. So what gifts have you got, Kim? What are the gifts that you are not showing the world? What gifts do we not see from you? So you have a secret source that is ready to unfold and bless the world. Every single person has a beautiful gift that is not meant to stay hidden. There is no joy in hiding your lights from the world. Joy comes from being seen and using your gifts in creative and meaningful ways. Kim, when you shine your light brightly, others can see you. And when you shine the light brightly into other people's life, they not only can see you, but also you're lighting up maybe the path for them. Okay, a lot of people are living in darkness, living in confusion, living in non-peace, living where they need to get some sort of clarity. And you can only get clarity when you can see the path a little bit, not the whole path necessarily, but a little bit of the path. So Kim, you have got a gift that can shine that path, that light that lights that path up for somebody, to really allow them to maybe take that one step further forward than they have for a long, long time. So consider that. So stop hiding and be brave. Now, it does take some courage to show that. So you are like a peacock, regal, colorful, and naturally making a statement wherever you go. You can't hide that kind of brilliance, no matter how hard you try. So you might as well allow your gifts to shine forth. It's time to start acting like the beautiful creature you are and shine. Absolutely. And the blend to use is our anti-aging blend. Our Salubel if you live in Australia, or your Immortelle if you are living in other parts of the world. So Immortelle is an amazing blend. In fact, I was talking about it in our oil school, in our team's oil school the other night. And it has got the most gorgeous oil. So it's got frankincense, it has myrrh, it has sandalwood in it. So those are really earthy oils that allow us to be connected from the divine, from the universe, from God, from the Lord, from our Heavenly Father, from Buddha, whatever that looks like from you, right down to Mother Earth. Okay, and sandalwood facilitates that unification between the divine and the Mother Earth. So those are in our anti-aging blend, as well as rose. We've already talked about rose. it's got helichrysum in there as well, which is, it's just a beautiful oil that deals with pain, and so allows us to deal with whatever pain there might be. And I've forgotten another oil. I think maybe it was lavender. I think lavender is in there as well. So it's got the most amazing oils in there. And what I would suggest is, why not use it as an anti-aging blend? Put it into all the spots, perhaps on your face or wherever you feel that needs a little bit of attention, or could use with a little bit of a charge, recharge, a boost. If you want to use it from the purely emotional, mental, spiritual perspective, gosh, my words, right? I should have used some spearmint. Just put it onto the back of your neck, okay, really close to the brain stem, so that it can start to influence, what's going on in your brain. Sandalwood is a beautiful oil that has got alpha and beta santinol in it, and we know that those oils really support the supply of blood to the pituitary and to the pineal gland. So now we're talking about intuition and things like that, as well. So apply sandalwood onto the third eye and onto the crown chakra. And, that really facilitates that unity from divine down to Mother Earth. So I hope, Kim, that gave you some insight. Absolutely beautiful. That is fantastic. All right. So let's look at the next oil that we've got in our peace blend. Frankincense. Oh my goodness, frankincense. We could be here all day to talk about frankincense. So frankincense is without a doubt the oil that I use that every day. I use multiple drops, 2 drops under my tongue, a couple of drops on my face. It's great for helping your skin tone. It's beautiful for the fine lines. It's an anti-aging oil, so let's support that. Why ever not? But from a spiritual perspective, is really that connection. It is that connection from here upwards. It is that oil that will help you to connect to your Father, or whether that is your Heavenly Father or your universe, or whatever you might, however you refer to it. So frankincense reveals deceptions and false truth, and it invites individuals to let go of lower vibrations, lies, deceptions, and negativity. So when we're looking in the context here of peace, we want to make sure that we're not held down by something that's causing negativity, because that is going to fuel that lower vibration aspect, that is going to unsettle us, and isn't so good. So we want to let go of that. So frankincense helps to create new perspectives based on light and truth, and it records to memory spiritual understanding, gifts, wisdom, and knowledge that the soul brought into the world. It is a powerful cleanser of spiritual darkness. So whatever was floating around the universe in the last week, it was pulling me into a dark place. So yeah, it wasn't good. It's interesting, when I'm talking about these oils, I'm sort of gaining insights, and I often feel when we are learning about oils, or we have to speak about certain oils and we don't know which oil to pick, we're obviously guided to the right oil. And then when we do this sort of work by going through a book like this to help us, we gain understanding and maybe just a little bit of a hint of where to look. Sometimes I think, I'm not feeling clear, but we don't know why we're not feeling clear. And then, something like this allows us to figure out where to look, which box to look in. Okay, so frankincense assists in the pulling the scales of darkness from the eyes, the barriers from the mind, and the walls from the heart. Through connecting the soul with its inner light, this oil reveals the truth. So there you go. Absolutely amazing. It's time for another card. What do you think, guys? Aren't these cards amazing? I just love it. Jenny, it's your turn, gorgeous. Hope you're here still. So pop your question into your mind and let that guide you to the right card, Jenny. All right, let's see what we've got for you. Here we are. I celebrate others. I celebrate others. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Jenny, if you want to be happy, look outside yourself and honor the climb being made by others in your same industry or in your workplace or even in your personal life. Okay, it could be that you're perhaps comparing yourself with others. Jenny, I don't know what your situation is, so that would be wonderful to hopefully help you with this. We all have mountains to climb, and it isn't reasonable or fair to anyone when we begin comparing ourselves. Resist the temptation and instead only focus on their wins as a sign that your own wins are on their way. Celebrate the wins that you want to eventually experience and believe there is enough for everyone. Sometimes, I guess, when we see other people advance in life in general, okay, it might be within work environment, it might be in, if you're studying, maybe someone gets higher grades than you, it could be a friend who gets amazing gifts, whatever it is, it can be sometimes easy to go into the no, she's got that, and I don't, and why does she, and why don't I, and those kind of things. And we know that comparison is a thief of joy, because other lives are other lives. Their life really doesn't contribute to yours. If they're financially better off, it doesn't matter. There is abundance for everybody. We can all share in that. There's never not enough abundance. It's just there, and for each of us, it's there, and it's our role to claim that abundance. But we're never going to claim that abundance when we come from that role of negativity. I firmly believe that when we celebrate others, when we cheer them on, if you see someone go past on an Aston Martin or whatever car, and we say, good on you, that's awesome, fantastic, I like the choice of color, or welcome that in, I love that, but I'd like to get mine in yellow or something, you know what I mean? Really put that out there and celebrate that. So put a rubber stamp on other people's successes, because that shows the universe that you're interested in that. Sometimes we fail to do that. I really do believe that the universe is like an open eBay, right? And you can just go and place your orders, but you need to be specific with your orders. And I think when you celebrate someone else's win, that can also give the indication that you're interested in that. And the universe, okay, all right, so she's interested in something like that. It could be, maybe you need a 4-wheel drive because maybe you've just added to your tribe and you need a bigger car. So you see a bigger car and yay, great, that car, and the universe listens, and puts a mark on that for you. So you have your own divine timing. Consider fruit trees. An orange tree begins producing fruit just a year after being planted, while a cherry tree can take 4 to 7 years to produce little pops of goodness. Both trees eventually bear fruit. Give yourself complete grace. Celebrate the achievements of others and remember to celebrate your own. Treat both as monumental. You will fuel your own joy as you cheer on and celebrate wins of all kinds, both for yourself and others. So the oils we need for that is cinnamon and calming blend. So cinnamon honors the creativity inside every one of us, allows the individual to accept and embrace life. And calming blend releases your worries and admonishes the frantic individual to calm the heck down. Isn't that amazing? Comforts your heart and gently soothes anxieties so you can acknowledge truth. Encourages peace over perfection and acceptance over blame. So, Jenny, I hope I celebrate others was the right card for you today. Absolutely beautiful. Peace. We're still on peace, aren't we? Our reassuring blend. So we're on Clary Sage. So we've already talked a little bit about Clary Sage when we pulled a card earlier on. So Clary Sage to give you some clarity, to give you some vision, and to give you some idea where you want to be and where the heck you want to, where you want to go. So it also helps individuals to change the perceptions. And sometimes when we struggle with that peace aspect, we need another angle. We need to view at things from another perspective. We need to see it differently, from a different side. Okay, and sometimes when you turn something upside down and view it from a different perspective, it actually, you think, oh, actually, you know, I get that now. It's not too bad. So, yeah, work on from there. Janet, I'm trying to get through as many cards as I can. Janet, pop your question. Diana, absolutely. The cards are called, you just go to www.fueledwithjoy.com. Okay, and they are by Quinn Curtis. So they are called Fueled with Joy, and that's the website, Fueled with Joy. So actually, I can put that onto a banner. Let me just do that. How is this? Fueled with joy.com. Let me just check that. Uncheck that. There we go. Save that. Let's see if we can do that. Fueledwithjoy.com. There you go. How clever is that? I'm mastering this StreamYard. Now, see there, I'm celebrating a win. Just a little thing, right? It doesn't have to be monumental. It just needs to be appropriate. All right. So, Janet, here you go, doll. Here is your card. Let me just go. Ah, this is interesting. I belong now. I belong now. So, Janet, you belong. You are not your title, your rank, your pedigree chart, your degree, your income, or your looks. You are so much more than any of those things. We often crave to belong without realizing that we hold the key. That sense of belonging comes when you finally decide once and for all that you do belong, okay? You belong because of your unique attributes, experiences, and talents. The world needs you, and in fact, it's desperate for the light only you can bring. It is that light that causes you to belong wherever you go. Do not wait to create impact. Your voice is urgently needed. Show up now as you are. Your contributions will create the belonging you desire. You're in the right place. Janet, absolutely. You are here. We need you. You are part of the collective. You're part of the community. We celebrate you. We love you. We want you. We need you. You know, we are all interconnected. And I think sometimes we just simply, we simply forget that. And we just need to make sure that we accept that, okay? Sometimes we're just not in the right place. And if there's too much resistance, I think then you're definitely not in the right place. So just kind of, look at that as well. But you belong now, you're fine. And the oils that we need for that are helichrysum and cedarwood. So helichrysum is for pain. It's an amazing healer of pain. It aids the walking wounded. Those with a history of difficult life circumstances, trauma, self-destruction, loss, or abuse. These individuals need the powerful spiritual support that helichrysum offers. It gives strength and endurance to the wounded soul who must keep on living despite past difficulties. Okay, your time is now, absolutely right now. So use helichrysum to help you with healing, with transformation. And also that's the key aspect now of helichrysum. It can teach individuals to have gratitude for their trials. Sometimes things go on in life and we don't know what the heck is going on, and why have I not learned that lesson? That's what we've got to look at. What lesson am I still learning out of from this? If something repeats time and time again, we need to look at why am I getting the same thing? Have I not learned this? But helichrysum helps you to get past that, to transform. And cedarwood is the oil of community. So it brings people together to experience the strength and value of community. Those in need of cedarwood struggle to form bonds within social groups. This can often be due to an overdeveloped sense of individuality. Rather than allowing themselves to be supported by family and friends or community, they live by excessive self-reliance. We all are part. You could not survive on this earth by yourself. So we're part of a community, part of a collective. And Janet, you are in the right space. You belong here and now, and we are waiting to see you, to hear from you, feel heard, feel loved, feel that you absolutely belong and are part of this beautiful, beautiful human population. And raise your vibration, and together with the others, shine your light, because that is what we absolutely need. So yeah, beautiful. Let me see other comments here. Okay, Anu. Loving this uplifting discussion. I so love my oils. Thank you, Cade. We'll put you on the list, darling, and see if we can get to you. I'll see if I can whip through these quite quickly. Matt, let's do some more card reading. Why don't we do that? Okay, Matt, hope you're still on. I'll have some reading of your card. See what we can find for you. There you are, Matt. Now, Matt, let me have a look, because I know that you had a question earlier on, I think. Okay, Matt, you mentioned that you've been having issues with the relationship taking a bit of a toll on me lately. I am perfectly supported. So, Matt, and I don't know what's going on clearly, but if you feel that you need to get support from your partner, maybe you need to speak to your partner, maybe you need to vocalize what you feel so that you can hear what your partner feels as well, and then together you can maybe figure it out. Or maybe you need to speak to someone else to get maybe a different perspective, on that as well. So let's see what the card says here. We are fully supported on our journey. So often life circumstances and how others in our lives show up can tempt us to believe the opposite is true. We feel unsupported and like we can't grow and thrive until other people change. Oh my gosh, you picked the right card, Matt. However, the truth is that we are fully supported on our journeys. The souls around us may not show up how we want them to, but they are exactly what we personally need to grow, learn, and expand. Your success is in your hands. Trust the process and lean into faith. Frequently, it's not that the support isn't there, it's that we aren't open to receive the support we desire. Why would that be? Let go of that crazy pattern and identify just how supported you are. Remember, you can trust that your path is perfect and the additional support you desire is truly there for the receiving. You need some birch oil, which you may not be able to have unless you have been using doTERRA essential oils for a while and you've gone to Global Convention. So Matt, you mentioned you were in Australia, so I'm not sure. But birch heals schools the wounded in receiving support. Okay. And Douglas fir. So now that creates commitment to establish new traditions and beliefs, acknowledges the freedom to let go of any old family patterns that no longer serve, and embrace the wisdom in your own experiences. 2 drops on the wrist summons connection to the strength of our collective family tree. Douglas fir, my friend, all the way from New Zealand, an amazing oil. I am perfectly supported. What a perfect card, Matt, for you. Absolutely brilliant. So I hope that helps. Fantastic, Matt. I'm so glad that you're still here. I hope that that card gave you some insight, into what's going on. Let's look at another oil, marjoram. So marjoram in our peace oil, in our peace blend, is the oil of connection. So anybody who's feeling not connected, this might be a good time to reach out and bring marjoram more into your life. And marjoram is an oil that we can use, and I didn't mention the third aspect, we can use that for food flavoring, because of course these oils are food grade. So we can just pop that into our dressings. Think Italian, pop it into, whatever beautiful food you are creating, into your spaghetti bolognese, whether that's, with meat or without meat, into a tomato soup. Any of those kind of things would be just awesome. In maybe a hummus. We don't have to just diffuse them and apply them. We can use them in our food too. So absolutely awesome. Thank you, Matt. Sending love right back to you as well. So marjoram aids those who are unable to trust others or form meaningful relationships. So maybe, Matt, this could be an oil to help you maybe reconnect as well. This inability to trust often stems from harsh life experiences. These individuals develop a fear of close connection in relationships. They may tend toward reclusive behaviors, protecting themselves even further by abstaining from social interactions. Okay, so marjoram teaches that trust is the basis of all relationships. And doesn't that just rock you when that trust has been abused or has been tinkered with? It takes a lot to gain someone's trust. It's so easy to lose someone's trust. So maybe if there's no trust in the relationship, maybe it needs to be vocalized. Maybe you need to speak about what happened and how that has unsettled and what now can be done to plug that hole again and, reestablish, trust. Let's see, we've got some more time. Beck, if you're still on, gorgeous, let's have a look at what we can do for you. Beck, here is your card coming. Oh my gosh, my cards are hot. Crazy. Let's see what we've got. Beck, you are free and ready to fly, gorgeous girl. Baby birds feel safe in the nest until that one day when they're finally ready to break out of old boundaries and finally taste their unproven wings. You may, my friend, have been ready to fly You have been ready to fly for quite some time, Beck. You are not in chains. You are not locked up or immovable. You are free to move. Step to the edge of your old comfort zone and bravely step into who you really are. You were born for this. Flying is the ultimate form of freedom. Your journey will be exhilarating and giving you new views and propelling you forward to new places. That would be amazing, Beck. I don't know what you're on, what part of your journey you're on. Step forward, my friend. That's all I'm going to say. Step outside of your comfort zone. I did a class the other day on how we often box ourselves into small boxes. We need bigger boxes, bigger thinking. Okay. And if you want a book to look at, it's The One Thing. It's a fabulous book. It's called The One Thing. It's just an amazing book. So have a look. The oils that you need, Beck, are peppermint and white fir. You can use Siberian fir as well. So peppermint lifts the heart and reminds the individual to have fun during the journey. It challenges entrepreneurs to focus and fully breathe in the goodness of life. It invites you to fully taste of what life has to offer and choose a fresh perspective. That is it, Beck. Fly, let go, just establish yourself outside of that comfort zone, because that is where the magic happens. And I know that you know that. So, just take that leap of faith and, work with that. My friends, we have come to the end. I am so sorry. We will have to put you at the top of the list. I will pass those names on to Leonie. She will be back next week so that she can come back to you. I just want to highlight that we have got a beautiful journey, the 4 Weeks to Wellness group journey. Jump into my page, The Oily Tribe with Berit, to find the event, 4 Weeks to Wellness. It's part of the Symphony of the Cells application methods, and we are just taking a few of those oils that are within the Symphony of the Cells. We're going to take 10 applications and we're going to do them over a 4-week period. So if you want to jump on and learn about each of the individual oils, if you want to learn about this application and this application technique, have a look at this particular group. We're going to do a group journey. Within this event, you will find the access to the group journey. It's free. It's an educational experience of, par excellence. So join us. We would be happy to have you there. From me, from my heart to yours, I hope you have found some inner peace. I have to be honest, I have learned so much about the oils today. I hope you've learned a lot as well. It was good as always to see you. And I say goodbye. My name is Berit Munro. I love you heaps and take care.